Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we're free and we graze on wild ideas and have wonderful guests. And today, of course, my guest is Mr. Drake Bailey. And let me introduce him, and let me just say real quick here, remember this is a listener-sponsored program. Please help if you can. Thank you. And here comes Drake. How you doing, Drake?
Oh boy, I'm doing pretty good. I just got done driving 100 miles, getting some stuff taken care of. Other than that, just fine.
Yeah,
Been
away every once in a while.
well, I've been keeping my ear to the ground, seeing if I could get any uh, intel from ET, and they're saying they just told me that the stuff that you had put in my Skype box is accurate.
Ooh. Oh, we might have to go over this for kids.
But now here's the kicker.
Okay.
They also said they can handle it no problem, and
It's
none of the real nasty adverse things that are going to supposedly happen will take place.
awesome. I don't know. I just been feeling really good about things, and today especially, and maybe that's partly why. I'm happy about the direction that things are moving. And who would have ever guessed that a trucker convoy would have done what it's done right now?
Well, you know, it's not just Canada.
Yeah.
We got a big one going here in the States, and people are backing it up. So
And I just saw one in Germany,
yeah,
and I think France,
my good.
Budapest. I mean, it's just all of humanity's kicking in. It's wonderful. And then, how do you like the fiasco that the GoFundMe pulled?
Well, that's being taken care of. They're going to have to refund to each of the individual donors that they have some kind of address for. The bulk of the money after that uh, goes to the truckers. They're going to be investigated for fraud
Good.
by several attorney generals. A whole bunch of them are coming up. They're tired of the horse manure. The thing's supposed to be a deal where you can fund a cause or a specific person or some such, and they kind of screwed that up. And when they did, and decided they were going to play the game, some of the people that are in a position to do something about it did. Last I heard, there was half a dozen attorney generals that were looking into fraud charges. Now that means the end of GoFundMe, literally,
Good.
totally and completely gone.
Then
So if they are fraudulent and they find reason to believe that they are, they're going to file petitions in federal and differing courts to alleviate them of the capability of perpetrating the fraud any further.
yeah, I don't see how they could get away with what they just did. That's just
They can't. They just found that out. It's like Canada is finding out that it's we the people who are in charge of and employ people like Trudeau. So that is that's something that a lot of people here have yet to get across to the idiots um, in office. We got people that are uninstructed to that fact, and that's where the problem lies.
You know what else I heard or just read just recently that was going on? There's a doctor, Bridle, I believe his name is, who has challenged the 3 Canadian health officials to a public forum discussion about
Yeah,
mandates in the first place.
there isn't any well. There isn't any excuse for any of this ring around the rosy that's going on. And what's funny is that the people in power, the ones that are doing it, know so. So they know they're guilty before they started.
Mhm.
And it's not gonna get better. It's gonna get worse. The gist of what's been stated is that the people, Canadian, American, whatever, and elsewhere around the world have said enough's enough. Cut the horse manure because we're going to do something different with you if you wish to still survive on this planet very well. Yeah, better straighten it out quick. So,
Well, you know what I heard too was there was a little TikTok video clip by a trucker from Canada who said they had caught wind of the fact that first they had asked the public officials had asked the military to step in, and of course the military said no,
military told them this.
we're not going to do that. No, thank you. Which is an awesome thing for them to do. Thank goodness they're not going to go up against their own people. And then they other things that they said they did, and this is kind of funny. The police went around and they were stealing the truckers' fuel,
Yeah.
literally sucking. And now a judge in Ottawa has ruled that they have to give it back.
Oh, that's cool. But there ought to be damages in terms of the police obeying illegal orders. They know better than that, but they do it anyway. And the people that ordered them to do so.
Exactly.
Oh, people need to go to the pokey and put them in the cooler.
And then
Lock them up.
there's another couple elements to this, and that is the other thing that they've heard through the grapevine is that they're planning on cutting off all communication. Cell phones will not work. None of the cameras around will work. They do not want the public or the world to know what's going on. And they are planning on sending in basically mercenaries.
Mercenaries can be shot real easy. That's the first take on that. Secondly, um, we have a bunch of radio operators that ain't part of the system. What are you going to do with it? Nothing. You're not going to be able to interfere with it. So, critical intel and information will get out. The second part of it is that a lot of the military relies on the information on those cell towers and whatnot, and consequently, they can't shut that part down. So they're going to selectively shut down part of it, and then with the military still open and them not agreeing to the shutdowns, ooh, they're liable to have to deal with we the people. Oh, there's a lot of us. But man, military's armed. They got tanks and all, so this is the ideology of where this is going. Now, one of the tests they had, Belarus or somewhere, they had all those riots. They stomped out the protesters. I use that loosely, protesters, and supposedly have restored order. The only problem is that the underground there is going great guns, and they can't stop it. They can't interfere with it. So the same thing will hold true in Canada, America, Europe, wherever. Now they got really nasty. I mean, there was people that died on both sides of this in that riot they had. They called it an insurrection. Oh, well, an insurrectionist is one who wants to just delete the existing government. That's not what they're about. They said, take your mandates and shove them. That's what they said. And the cop said, oh, I beg your pardon. And the guy said, really? Thump. And the stuff started. You got to remember, they've been going on for 3 or 4 years on this in other countries.
Wow. Did you see what they said? They were the police returned the fuel with water in it.
Or what now?
Somebody posted here that they returned the fuel with water in it. I hadn't heard that. So that would ruin That could
Well,
work.
that's simple. Fill up some police cars with it. They want to play that game.
Yeah.
Take a whiz in a gas tank. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do. Diesel fuel, by the way, if you use the right kind of filter, you get rid of all the water. So we'll have to wait and see what's going on. The thing is, you're going to have rumors of all kinds and all types from everywhere, and most of it will be from official places and
Yeah,
official.
you know what I was thinking? I just saw somebody using one of these just recently, and maybe there was a reason for that. And that is one of those, those little, you can go buy a drone uh, at Walmart for that matter for a couple of
Yeah,
$100. And if they shut everything off in Ottawa, we need people up there with drones that can really see what's going on.
that's already set up.
Oh,
Some of
good.
the people that are telling people how to do things and teaching them what to do and all that sort of thing are fully experienced in what they're teaching. So, it'll be interesting. What do we got? Boy, we got a long line of questions.
They already got that covered, I guess, apparently. Yeah, we'll try
Good.
to handle the coverage. Please let me know as soon as possible if all of a sudden my audio is not working anymore. Or what the deal is. I don't know. Hopefully that don't happen again. Mostly let's see. Will Trudeau call in the UN? I don't know.
The UN won't have anything to do with Trudeau. That's one of his main problems. He can't get the uh, people that are in charge to pick up the gauntlet and run with it.
Okay. Here's a
Yes,
question for you. Can you Can you ask Drake if the moon is hollow and ET made, and if so, which ET group made it?
I don't know which one manufactured it. I have heard that the ancient builders did it. Now, if that's true, then it's older than the ETs that are occupying it presently. Oh boy, here we go. Here's a nice one from Kay. Let's see here. Get my eyes on so I can see. That's at 1817 as a being known as alternate. You see that?
So, no, I'm kind of scrolling through. I don't know why we don't see it the same stuff. I got the convoy prepared, knowing of stuff to go down. Is Canada under martial law?
Not yet.
Okay. People, I forgot, I meant to ask this initially. When you ask questions, if you would put them in all caps, it would be easier for us to read them because they scroll past us pretty quickly. And if the letters were bigger, it would be a lot easier for us to
Now,
answer.
this is a very, very important question from Kay, Kendrick Green. Has the being known as alternate been defeated, and what of the fractal virus that Tanaz spoke about in the past? First of all, I don't know that alternate's been defeated, and the fractal virus has been attenuated. I don't know if it's been stopped or what. I'd have to get Tath on to find out. Okay, that's just Then they got Cheryl Whitestone.
Well, it'd be nice if we could get to the same place here.
That's what I'm looking at. Looking to try to do.
I'm trying.
Anyway, that last one the one I just read and answered is a big red circle with a K in it.
Oh, okay. Maybe that'll help because
You see it?
not yet.
It's down a ways.
Yeah,
I can tell you that.
no wonder. There it is. Okay. Has the being known as alternate been defeated, and what of the fractal virus that Tanat spoke about in the past? Oh, okay.
Okay.
You answered that already, right?
I took on an alternate personally and messed it up pretty badly. Um, and it took a long time to recover if it has. I don't think some of the things I did to it probably won't recover from. Um, we found the control room that eats uh, galaxies and things of that nature, and pretty much destroyed it. Whether alternate will be able to come back from all that, I don't know. Then
Wow.
you got the next one up. It ought to be a good one.
Okay. Let me get back to
Right
that.
above K.
People from all over. What about the RV or redemption? Any ballpark idea, Drake?
Yeah. You're going to have a new financial system, which will negate a whole bunch of the horse hockey we've been going through. Revaluation will also be a part of this, among other things. You'll have to wait and see. Okay.
Wow, did you see what Real Honest Truth says? Went to Parliament Hill yesterday. He's from Ottawa because I saw one of his other questions. Nothing but love there. So people are generously coming out and helping the truckers. There's other people in regular cars and trucks. Regular
Give me a hug. Oh.
are there to support people. I mean, it's a unity thing. It's awesome. It's
No.
cool.
And I started something a long time ago. I will not comply. Well, now you got people who are making a deal out of complying with each other, as it always has should been. So,
Okay. Let's see. Questions. Would Drake mind explaining the transition, please? Drake has explained this many times, but maybe
well, hit the second part of that question too.
okay. Do we
Both
just
of them
stay,
together.
okay? Do we just stay on planet in a higher dimension, or do we move to another Earth? And how will that happen?
Okay. The transition is a metamorphosis to a higher dimension or density. Three, which is the one we're in now, is a nasty place to be because it's the test tube. That's where they squeeze you to see whether your eyes will pop out and all that sort of nice thing. That when you get older, things fall off, things droop, and all of a sudden, well, the transition is supposed to take care of a whole bunch of that. Um, the explaining the transition. The move from a lower to a higher density is not something that's simple, first of all. Secondly, uh, the transitory action that happens is such that nobody misses. Everybody goes, including bugs and spiders. Oh yeah, snakes. All the critters that you can think of. Now, these things are categorized into the kind that were originally put on Earth in during the creation process, and those that were not. The ones that were not, poof, gone. And that's where I came up with the part that I thought was hilarious, where if you happen to have clothes that are made of an artificial fiber and they're not held together properly, they turn to dust
Fine.
instantly. Oh, you could be standing in public and not be wearing a stitch. Some of this is gonna be hilarious. Some of it is gonna be a nightmare. You don't want to see. Oh man, can you imagine Pelosi without a stitch or Schumer? Oh,
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
anyway,
Maybe I
um,
sell him.
we do not move. We stay where we're at. Everything goes up one notch. Okay. Now we're going to go into higher 4D for the simple fact that there's a lot of pirates and nasties in lower 4D. You don't have the idea of control in terms of what portion of 4D you go to. ET is considering how to do that and are in the process of finalizing. It's just about ready to go. So we're going to go into what is known as higher 4D. What that means is that everybody just goes back to school. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a, oh boy. Anyway, you'll learn a bunch of things about that. And
I think it'll be fun.
oh well, oh, it's going to be a roller coaster ride. Like, oh man, that's going to be funny. You get to watch some people that snuck in, that will sneak in. They think they're, oh, I'm all that. I can get away with this. Right up until they start puking, among other things. We won't have that trouble, but they will if there are any sneak thieves in the process. What you have to remember is that everything that will be done, first of all, and this is first, primary, will do no harm to anybody in terms of people or animals or whatever. Number two, everything that is done will be for the betterment of the whole of our solar system. And I don't know, you know, it's sort of like, geez, finding a magic lantern and rubbing it. Gonna get my wish, cool. We all go from there. Now that don't mean that you can turn people inside out or have nasty things. You can't do nasty things. That's not what you're there for. You're there to learn how not to do them. Most of us know how not to do them. Most people just want to live their life and not be harassed in the process. And yet you've got governments, Canadian government, United States government, etc., who just love to poke you, stick you, swing on things they shouldn't touch, and all that.
Okay, somebody mentioned that they had symptoms of the shift, and 6 people had symptoms similar to what you had described last week. What does it mean if you feel these shift symptoms? What does that mean?
Well, the human form is getting ready to transition. Therefore, it is keyed into the quit that. It's keyed into the differing harmonics. Now, a harmonic would be where you take a bell, two different sizes, different kinds of bell. You ding one, and the other one rings. That's a harmonic. Okay, and what we're feeling is the precursor or the beginning of or before the wave itself takes, does it. I mean, it's just as rapid as flipping a light switch and the light comes on. Well, in this case, the light comes on, it stays on, and we're fine from there on. How it actually works
All right.
is about I'd say 20, 25 hours or more of high level physics. That includes particle physics, and anything else you can think of that deals with physics. Formulas that would reach all the way around your head 400 times. Things that are so complicated that your mind will say, "I don't want any," you name it. So it's easier. It's much simpler now after, not before, after. That's when it will be explained to an extent that anybody with any kind of brains at all will be able to understand it, whether you're technical or mathematically oriented or not. Doesn't matter. It's like here, give you a good example. Physics in a container. When you take that container and stroke it a certain way, it lights. Now you know what is involved in terms of the physics. Now, take that to the spiritual level, think about taking that to the spirit and think about lighting your fire. That's basically what we get to do. I don't know if we can make s'mores or not, but anything's possible.
Somebody said that they're blocking all the videos and truck convoy in Canberra. Over 1 million people in trucks, cars, and motorbikes are there. Wow. That's from Sue A. from Canada.
Wait a minute, I'm ET made it. Here we go, beautiful. Vaccine. Let's see. Well, I don't know. I can't tell where you got that last one.
As Sue A. is the and it's
What time?
1624. 1624.
Huh?
1624.
1624. I don't know. I don't go back that far. I only go to 18.
Oh, you're on 18 already?
Well, that's where it started. Messages from audience will display here.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay, so anyway, alternate.
Somebody asking what is going on with the alternate. Did you answer that already, or not really?
Yeah, alternate. Right now, alternate. I haven't checked alternate out. I haven't asked staff. We'll have to see. Okay. Uh-oh. Hounds of the Baskervilles are going to eat somebody. Canberra is in Australia. And Australia is looking at one of two or three things.
Yeah.
One, you get down on your knees and worship the almighty gods that are in power in your government. Number two, you rise up and beat them over the head with it. Number three, you just allow it to continue to go on. That's the choices that every country and all the people have. If you don't like what's going on, then it's time to do something about it.
Okay. How much power does the Queen of Canada really have?
Not much.
Okay.
She's already been tested on that.
Okay. What about do you think we're going to have a Super Bowl?
Possibly. It depends on when the transition happens. If it happens in February, what's that do for the Super Bowl? I don't know. Well, maybe we can still play games like footy ball or something, and enjoy ourselves. Maybe not. Maybe it won't exist anymore. Who knows? You're going to have to wait until the transition. I'm not going to answer every absolute thing for two reasons. One, it gives away our position. You don't want to compromise something that's ongoing. Number two, you don't want to compromise people in that same process. Okay?
It makes a lot of sense. Okay. Someone is the same Sue from Australia is asking about a general saying that the next 2 weeks are going to be the tipping point. Would you?
They are. And you'll have the best thing you can do is get you a large load of popcorn and sit back and watch.
Well, they've been telling us that for the last couple of years, though. I'm sick of popcorn.
Well, you have to pay attention to what I say a lot more closely. Now, I said, get you a large amount of popcorn and sit back and watch. Well, if everything's cut down and turned off, you won't be able to. Well, I have some people that have just told me, yes, you will. So enjoy the popcorn.
Would you please elaborate on that? Okay. So, what are you saying by that? What do you mean?
I'm saying that ET's not going to allow them to subjugate something that that ET likes.
Okay.
ET enjoys the internet. Okay, some of the stuff that's on there is from ET, and they take great joy, pride, and a whole lot of hollering and a whole bunch of laughing about some of the things that they do to people that deserve it. Oh boy.
Wow. Fun. Okay. When will the military intervene in any way at any point in time?
No, they will join with the people. That's in all countries. The military itself is made up of people, and they are required by their founding documents in each country to protect the people from nasty things that the government might think of doing. So bear that in mind. The fun, it's going to be so much fun, and we get to watch. Oh,
What do you know about the trucker convoy in the United States right now? Do you know much about it?
the last I heard, there was about um, 3 to 5 million involved. Okay,
Wow.
and this is from last week. Now, bear that in mind. Then GoFundMe cut them off, and then a bunch of attorneys general decided maybe the people that operate GoFundMe ought to be in jail.
I
They didn't
agree.
like that idea, so they wanted to give the money back to the original donors, and the attorney general said no. They gave that to the truckers. Ooh,
Excuse
oh, there she goes. She's going to explode. Look, watch her.
me. Yeah, really. Anyway,
Um,
okay, go on.
the We have the same thing going on here that they have in all these other countries, in Canada, etc. We've got about 3 to 5 million people. Remember last week? That was last week. Old news.
Now,
But since then, I heard that it's doubled and tripled, and that there's a large load of people joining them. Ooh,
that is so awesome. That's why coming together and standing up for themselves. Yay! Finally.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. And
Mhm.
somebody's asking about will the ETs are they going to help? I think now that humanity is stepping up and showing that they're trying to do something about it, that gives them even more freedom to be able to assist. Would you agree with that?
I would say that the military, as just stated, in each country will join with we the people to protect us from the tyranny being offered by the officials in the government. Now, that means that they may or may not, and this is iffy as of yet, uh, take those people out. Now, by taking them out, I mean we've got FEMA camps here in the United States. I suppose they got some up in Canada. We could fill them up with politicians and not hurt anybody's feelings. Now, the other part of that is that the individual people have decided for ever to not be subject. Now, I'm gonna hold this up. You can see that.
The land of impunity.
Yeah, you know what impunity means. That means that you're not guilty no matter what you do. Like not wearing a mask out in public when you're supposed to, when there's mandates and all this other. Um, that taking someone's job and their ability to provide for their family away from them because they don't agree with what you've got in mind in terms of a shot or whatever is illegal.
Well, they're
And
practicing without.
anybody that doesn't agree with that, you check the Nuremberg trials. Nuremberg um, put out pretty much a statement of the conditions of humankind in that no government agency, subset thereof, or private organization, nobody has the right to force an medical procedure on someone who refuses it. It don't matter what their age is or who they are or what. Now, that became international law. I would suggest that we've got some legalists that should look that up.
Let's
I'm
see.
having fun with this. I'm saying a whole lot without saying nothing at all, and that's fun.
Well, you had mentioned earlier to me that you might be able to um, offer some information which was previously classified that you were able to
Yeah,
classify.
and I'll give it to you. And this is worldwide classification. I can only declassify things that are not. Let's see here, critical information, um, or that will get people killed and that sort of thing.
We don't
I
want
can only declassify those things that are
to safe.
uh, reasonable to be declassified. And I just did it, but nobody noticed. So I'm going to do it officially by stating the following. I am declassifying the information that was classified as confidential. Nobody's supposed to talk about it, but I'm going to, and therefore it is declassified. So, and I've been offered that capability, so I'm exercising it right now. All of the militaries, and I mean all of them, China, Russia, States, Canada, South America, all of them, Europe, will come to the aid and protection of the people from a tyrannical monster known as government. We have to realign the government. And by that, I mean we have to have legislation that will go hand in hand with the Constitution, and yet at the same time provide unification between military and civilian to the extent that we can both operate together in terms of cleaning house. Woo! ET's going to help us clean house. So, just so everybody knows.
Oh, well, let's see what else we got going on in here for a question. All right, thank you, dot connector. Thank you, thank you. Well, I'm trying to find a question now. I have, will the Pope be the big reveal that starts the fireworks?
Well, wait a minute. Run that by again.
Will the Pope be the big reveal that starts the fireworks?
Only partially. The main thing that will start it will be we the people. All of the people that are protesting, oh, they are running around going, "Give me a fuse! Give me a fuse!" Hey, everybody's tired of being told to get on your knees and obey your masters. Well, God says that there's only one master, and that's supposedly JC. I am not going to go any further than that in that area, but most people won't put up with that horse manure, no matter what. In these states and Canada, South America, large portions of Europe, people are free. And the governments are not respecting that. So consequently, the respect for the government has gone way down.
Well, they're not respecting the people, and they're supposed to serve the people. They're not serving the people, they're serving themselves, and it's becoming more and more obvious to the people all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tell them.
Okay. Okay, somebody says here, I have been hearing about the galactic wave. Is this different than the photon belt?
Yes. This is not something that can be defined in the manner that photons can be defined in, and as far as an energetic wave, it's different. I told you before, I'm going to stay as far out of the heavy physics as possible. Here it is. If everybody out there who's listening to this can hear us, close your eyes and think about being your higher self as your new reality. Then slowly open your eyes and think about where you're at right now. And everybody's going to be going, "Oh man, we got to transition."
Uh, well, it's going to be, it's exciting. It really is. And I feel a lot of
Now,
energy.
um, well, something that come up was martial law. I want to address a little bit of that. The
Okay.
only way that martial law can come about is if, it doesn't matter who declares it or says so, is if the military, whatever country you're in, wherever you at, joins in with it and enforces it. The problem with that is that most militaries are a lot smaller than a population. So if the average citizen says, "I will not comply. Let me squeeze your neck and see what pops if your eyeballs pop out." Boom.
Okay. All
So
right.
I can get graphic. You just wait.
Okay.
Being nice. I'm being nice. I'm staying out of the gutter and keeping it clean and everything. And what's your next question?
Okay. I'm gonna. I've never done this before, and apparently it's working.
Yes.
People do the super chats or whatever, and Dot Connect just told me that that it works. And for
What's
the
that? Super chats? Is that what you said?
yeah, super chat. Google would never let me monetize anything. Every time I ever tried, there was some excuse as to why I couldn't do that. So apparently, I think I have that rectified because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do. I wouldn't be able. So I think the super chat is working anyway. But anyway, I just wanted to let you people know that if you want to donate or anything to the program, the super chat supposedly is working. So I don't know exactly how that works, but
I'm going to tell everybody a dirty little secret about our host, Gail, and she's beautiful people, but she has about the same amount of technical expertise as a dead tit mouse. So cut her all the slack you can.
learning, Drake. I'm learning.
Hey, I know I didn't say you wasn't learning.
There's a
Try
lot.
to try to explain some of what you're doing. I bet that'd be fun.
Okay. Okay. Here's a question. Oh, above the people, what are calling? Are higher dimensions above what people are calling the firmament or heaven? People with
Yes,
flat Earth
it is
round.
a different type of existence than even your higher self. Your higher self's going to be modified. Ooh. And I don't know if they're going to supercharge it or what they're going to do to it, but it changes its base form from the orientation it has now, where it can easily slip in and out of 3D whenever you really need it to happen, and go into 4D and start going 4 and 5, 4 and 5, 4 and 5. And that's how that works. Ain't
Oh,
that love? That's going to generate more questions than anything else.
okay, wait a minute. Every time I move the thing and then my mouse and then it'll cover up the question I'm trying to read. It's very annoying. I don't know why that happens.
Well, beat your mouse on the desk. They'll quit it.
All right. Where will 3D people go who are in low vibrations of hate and vengeance? Will they ascend to or and be re-educated?
They're going to go to 4D also, but they're going to be under very controlled and restricted circumstances. We called that when I was working upstairs a lot, detention. Now everybody's been in detention in school at some point or another, and this is similar to that. Only they can't have any physical, mental, or spiritual impact on anyone else. They're going to be confined literally to their own little horror show, and and until such time as ET can fool around with them and get them right, um, they'll be worked on. Now, by worked on, I mean their thought processes will be altered, and their brain, if necessary. Um, I mean, they'll take one part, unplug it from over here, and plug it around over here if need be. It's up to what's necessary. It will do no harm to the individual, but it will cure them of the problems that they like to give everybody else. And that's primarily what we're looking for. Life without a hassle. Oh, that'd be so much. Oh boy, would that be fun. Think of what would you like to do if you didn't have to hassle with work? If you didn't have to hassle worrying about where your next meal's coming, what would you do? Would you paint pictures? Would you make music? Would you go explore the cosmos? I mean, um, what is the limitation? And that's what you need to. That's what you need to think about in terms of. Do you remember? And everybody should. Oh, this is a great one. I taught this a long time ago, but it's still valid and will remain so forever. Ooh, yeah. When you was a little kid, do you remember getting a hold of a refrigerator box or something and turning it into a spaceship or whatever? Do you remember seeing your little plastic toys turn into great big monsters? Did you remember what it was like to have an imagination? Now what I want you to do is start remembering that, and when you get to the right place, and you'll know where that is for you individually, pop the can open and see how much popcorn comes out. Ooh, you'll love it. It's fun.
By the way, there are several people that have made super chat donations. I want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Um, wow. And then somebody else said, Joe Blow said, hit the thumbs up. It's free and it helps get the word out. Yes. When you give us the thumbs up, like, and share, it helps a lot. It helps the channel a lot. So we appreciate that. We try to put out the kind of information you won't get from the mainstream media. And Drake has a unique pipeline for information as well. And I don't know what you want to call it. A little birdie told you. We have that.
I'm not sound like I'm getting in trouble, and I didn't even know I didn't it, but oh boy.
Okay, so where are we? Oh my God, YouTube takes 40%. That figures. Wow. Okay. Wow, I didn't know that. See, this is all new to me. I've never done it before. Like I said, Google always had a reason why I couldn't do this or what have you. Shadow banning, all that other stuff. So they take 40%. Wow, that's a lot.
Who does?
YouTube is somebody. So if somebody makes a donation, they take 40% of whatever that is.
Well, then have those people make a donation directly to you, and YouTube can't touch it.
Yeah, then they would have to go. Let me show you. Okay. It might be better to do it this way. I tell you, these companies, the greed never ceases to amaze me. I'm getting charged fees on everything, and I'm sure everybody else is too.
Yeah.
My rent has, administrative fee every month, $16. Every time I have to, everything has a fee added to it. You get some money out of your ATM, $3.50 or $4, $5, and then sometimes they charge you on both ends. It's like, it's endless. Anyway, I don't want to get off on that, but yeah. Now we have PayPal is trying to take the monies donated to all the truckers and give it to the BLM. Oh my God. See, that is our financial system is not for the people. Never has been, never will be until it's totally changed over. This is being demonstrated over and over and over again. And this also, I would like it to bring it to people's attention. If this is what it's going to be like when we have only online or we don't have any hard currency anymore, when they decide to cut you off because they don't like what you're doing, they just cut you off. Then what? How do you fix it? You never let it happen. That's what. That's just my opinion. What do you think about that, Drake?
I think you might want to look at exopolitics.com. He's got a lot of the basic information in it.
Mhm.
To the extent that just about anybody, no matter you don't got to be educated or all that other happy stuff, or some kind of financial wizard, you can understand it. I think you'll like it.
Is that Alpha?
I've dealt with him and his website and a few other things in the past. I quit fooling with it until I got the notifications about ET says, "Hi, here I come."
Somebody's asking, "Hello, Drake. Do we get new bodies after the transition?"
Not exactly new bodies. It's more like the old ones. All of the aches, pains, and things that are drooping when they shouldn't, and all that get fixed.
Do we get refurbished? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically, you get a retread. All right. Now, here's how this works. Sometime in our past, the bad guys come down and stomped on our DNA, and I mean stomped on it, and they did a real thorough job. Now we have the opportunity to reclaim our normal lifespan, which is um, about 1,800 years. Now, let me see here. I'm going to say 70. That's a nice round number. Divided by 1,800 equals, oh my goodness, we're going to be 3 year olds, according to this.
What? Really?
Well, 3 year olds physically. Okay. Now, here's the thing, you don't lose anything mentally or any of your technical expertise physically, and you regain. Now, think about how you were in school. Oh, wow. Stuck to the ceiling and the teacher had to pry you loose, the kind of thing. Okay. Think about having the capabilities you had when you were a kid. All of a sudden, blink, somebody turns it on and you go, wow, man, this is cool. And you go running off into wherever and use those individual traits, those capabilities, the imagination, and the fun of the games to not only enjoy life, which is what we were supposed to be doing anyway, but also to be of service to people who don't get that part. Well, what do you mean I'm supposed to be funny? Well, you good? Did you look in the mirror lately? I mean, there's a lot of ways to do this. A million different ways takes. Individuals have a whole bunch of different things that you can incite in them. Now, here's the key, and this is the key to the kingdom. If you are endowed with a certain special take on things, um, the individual that you're dealing with, you will be told what to say to that individual in such a manner that it reaches down deep inside, right here where the heart is, and reaches inside here and goes, ooh, wow. Ooh, look at the fireworks. Oh man, look at that one go. If somebody'd like to throw a lightning bolt and zap certain politicians in certain places they don't want to be zapped, that might be a possibility.
Oh, you already come up with something. All right. Let's see. Tammy says she wants her 20-year-old body back. Who wouldn't? No.
I could use a couple of them.
I could do that. Yeah. Okay. Somebody's talking about the Super Bowl being satanic. We know that. Usually the
Yeah, let them play the game.
halftime is usually
It's
their
all BS anyway. Everybody knows that.
da, 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 da. So what about the waiting up? What about these med beds? The question Anna's asking
They're
is,
coming.
okay. She needs two knee replacements and was waiting for the med beds. So will those be repaired in the transition?
Yeah, they will. Well, they will be partially repaired. In short, the pain will stop. The actual repair on the trans will happen shortly during or after the transition. And this is, you got to remember now, I'm talking instantaneous, like a flashbulb, poof. And all of a sudden, wow, man, it don't hurt anymore. I like this, and you go from there.
Okay.
Right?
Let me see.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where are we? They cleaned up. Every time I cover that up, they cleaned up a stupid bowl, but oh, wait a minute. Why did that move? But maybe the White Hats will do a dark show to wake up the sleepers.
Well, there's going to be shows from varying places, and I ain't going to say all of where they're at because you need a good surprise and a nice belly laugh. Okay.
Let's see what else we got. Someone asked if I use Cash App. Yes, I do, and it's the $ Gail of Gaia.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I do use that. Not very many people seem to use it, but I like it. Okay. What about I know what we need to find out, Drake. Are we still on for landings?
Yes, that'll be after the transition. You're liable. I've heard two different stories, so you pick the one you like the best. One, you got a bunch of ETs flying around upstairs, and you can't see them. We can't detect them, but they're there. Number two, this is the fun part. They turn off the cloaking devices. Now, what do you think that the Air Force of the world is going to do when they discover there's a million ships up there? Oh my goodness, we haven't got enough fuel, or something of this day. Let alone bullets, rockets. We're not prepared for that. And ET knows this, and should. And by the way, and this is some advice to the militaries of the planet: contact ET and say, "Now what do we do?" Well, you have to understand the military, the design of the purpose of the military, basically is to provide protection for. Hmm, that's interesting. The planet, the people in your country, and all this. But the only trouble is that we are chasing a Mach 4 Ford with an ET. And when you got a Model T chasing a Mach 4 supercar, you're going to have a problem, and that is catching it. Okay, we're in a position where we would be doing good to catch cold. That's how far in the background we are. Um, what what we're gonna have to deal with is the fact that something out there has a lot better technology, is a lot more superior, but doesn't want to stick it to us. Now that's sort of, oh boy, is that a paradox? Or no, not really. Not if you really understand being in service. So,
Hmm. Okay, can you tell us what's happening in Ireland?
yeah, they're just as worried as everybody else is about everything. And they're, no, I'm going to explain something before we go any further. Uh, one of the things that everybody may have missed, it happened maybe a year ago. All the farmers in a certain area got upset about something that they were planning to do that would cost them a lot of money, most of their product and all this stuff. And so they decided to fertilize the place. And they took fertilizer spreaders, the kind that have the nozzle, around. They got a round pipe, and they squirt things from that scraped off the floor in the barn. They take all of that and they make a liquid and they squirt that out of these manure spreaders. They went down to the local government and buried it. Now, I will tell you, I would tell you one thing. I've smelled that stuff before, and I'm going to tell you, we ought to be able to smell them coming for miles.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, how many farmers have we got that have some manure that might be spread around in the barn that they could maybe liquefy and deliver to their politicians? Think about it. 50 countries.
Wow. Let's see. Where are we at here? Um, the med beds will replace body parts, correct?
Only to an extent. The biospheres are where you're going to need to go. They can treat about 1 million people as in our time, about every 5 minutes. So it shouldn't take long to get through 1 billion people. The worst and the worst, the most afflicted, the worse off, go first.
Wow. What do you think about quantum healing hypnosis therapy?
There's already a website out that does that with sound and waveform, and it it does a really good job, but the effects don't last long enough. They're not a quote permanent. Remember that word, permanent. It's not a an actual repair. It's a put off, so to speak.
Okay. Will the dinar or the dong RV before June?
Will there be a who?
Will the dinar, this is financial related, dinar or the dong RV before June?
Well, we're not gonna have the currencies everybody's familiar with. Um, the problem that everybody's going to have is that the basis of our financial system is going to be totally changed. You're going to have to get over it. Go to exopolitics.com, find the one link that the man has about the financial system, and study it thoroughly. Okay.
Okay. Wow. Maggie 127. Yeah, anything missing, including the teeth, can be replaced.
Yeah.
Be nice. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I never get an answer. It's been 28 years. What do you mean I never get an answer for what?
What's this?
I must have missed.
Where are you at? I'm gonna go to the top.
I'm at 1716. Where are you
I
at?
don't go that low. What's the name on it?
That's weird. Colleen Burke Shat.
Who?
That's what I'm looking at right now. She's from Canada. Colleen Burke Shat.
I'm looking.
Okay. We, the Canadian people, know the government was supposed to work for us. We Canadians have had enough. So we lead you guys in peace, the peace convoy. Yes. Who would have ever guessed that Canada would be the one that was actually leading a planetary movement? I mean, this is not just Canadian, it's spreading
All they did was start something and to give everybody a taste, and everybody went, "Ooh, that's some good stuff, man."
yeah, that worked. It worked. That's the
That
beauty.
worked. Oh, I thought it was funny that Trudeau didn't have any answers for it. They're gonna quit beeping their horns in the middle of the night. Why don't you suck it up and act like a leader? Maybe that's where the problem is.
What about please ask about the Gone with the Wind program?
You're getting into a very complicated area in terms of answering a question like that. That thing's like an animal that gets pregnant or a pregnant cockroach. There's a bunch of them in there. The Gone with the Wind, they would like to blow us all away. And I mean blow, like wind. And they can't do it. They lost that power. I helped take it away from them. Oh, they were mad. Ooh, had to thump a bunch of them on the freaking head to get them to act right. And then they wanted to blame us for doing something nasty to them. We didn't do anything, but what you were going to do? Oh.
Okay. Here's another question for you. All right.
Okay.
Do we feel temperatures, heat and cold, the same after the transition?
Yes, primarily. You won't feel any difference from what you feel now until you get to 6. And we gotta get to 4 first. We transition to that one, and
Okay. What about the climate? The climate changing? Will it be going back to like natural climate?
okay.
More,
I'm gonna address this climate change very thoroughly, and everybody needs to pay attention if you want to know. It's very simple. Climate change is a naturally occurring situation. It has to do with the orbit of our planet in relation to the orbit of the sun. It has to do with, now, you're going to love this, it has to do with things that we don't have any control over. Oh my goodness. Now, do you remember them digging up woolly mammoths that were frozen solid in the tundra? And they dug them up and they were eating tropical plants. Now you might begin to get the picture. The fun is going to uh, start when we actually have true, and I'm not talking about artificially created or anything, but true, natural occurring global warming. That's not something you can do anything about unless you can move the planet. We don't have that kind of technology. I think ET does, but I don't know that they would be willing to play games with a natural occurring thing. They don't usually.
okay. Dawn Williams has brought up the fact that quantum healing hypnosis is done by a practitioner, and she was referring to probably to Dolores Cannon. And yes, I am very well aware of Dolores Cannon, and so is Drake. Would you agree, Drake?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Let me go.
animals also live longer, sure.
Um,
Who
did you
wouldn't want you to be without Fluffy?
did you hear? And I heard this shit. So I'm glad Proud Texas Lady brought this up, and I read about this earlier today too. The geomagnetic storm that's happened supposedly took out some of the Starlink satellites last week. Have you heard anything about that? Do you have
Yes,
any?
I did, and those satellites were the ones that were not insulated, let's say, protected, or however you want to look at it, armor plated,
Okay.
and deserved to be taken out. So far, it hasn't had a real serious adverse effect on satellite communications. So what?
Yes. Uh, okay.
If you're reading a
Okay.
question, what you got? I can see
What
it running.
about the?
I can see.
Okay. You're frozen for some reason, Drake. Are you still
Oops.
there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Did I go somewhere?
Yeah, you got frozen there. You were on ice for a little while. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can. Yes.
I got who?
Oh, now we're gonna. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're okay then.
Uh,
Okay.
so,
Somebody's. Okay, that's just a comment. Sometimes people just make comments and they don't actually ask questions.
uh,
Um,
huh?
I've got a couple of questions that were emailed to me that we can look at too. I was just going to see real quick if there's any other ones here that I may have missed that we didn't answer already. Uh, Trudeau is heavily invested in the jab companies. I saw that too. You're right.
Yeah.
Pfizer, I think it is. Um, Oh, what happened to Drake? He left. Something happened to Drake. I don't know what happened to him. Hopefully he'll come back. There he is again. Okay.
I was
Well, maybe he's.
here.
Are you there? Are you back? There you are. What happened? You disappeared. Now you're frozen. Oh, you got like one bar of you got like one little bar of red. Okay. Um, well, I guess we can just let me see what other questions you have. And Drake may come back on. Right now, I can see his internet connection is extremely weak.
We get anybody?
Yeah, you're. Why don't you go out and come back in? That might be the best thing to do. Try that.
Out?
I mean, leave the show.
Or do you want me to just
Leave.
you want me to leave
Yeah.
leave the platform and then you can bring me back in?
Yeah, but now I'm hearing you. Maybe you're okay now. Oh, this is so weird. I don't know. You know,
I have not been okay since my aunt dropped me on my head when I was little.
well, I haven't been okay since the neighbor boy hit me in the head with a bat.
We got the same problems. The screws are still loose, and I hear them rattle every once in a while.
Okay. Do you know anything about Russell Gould and what he's Russell J. Gould and what he has done? He's the guy that saved the flag, I believe.
Oh,
I don't remember all the details about it, but I do remember something about it. Somehow he saved the flag. Oh my goodness, reports are coming. Well, Drake went out. He's going to come back in. A lot of hosts and people doing shows are having little glitches in their shows. I don't know what's going on. It's something with the internet. Maybe they're testing stuff and we don't know about it. I'm hoping that Drake comes back in.
let me.
Oh, there. Now you're okay, I think. You got 3 bars.
Disable my
camera. What the heck? There he went out again. Okay. Are you there now? Where are you, Drake? What happened to you? Well, come on back in, Drake. I don't know if I should.
I ain't sure what's going on.
Okay, everybody, please be patient here. This isn't something that we like, but it happens. I don't understand why he hasn't come back in. Drake.
Okay, now I'm gonna turn the camera off. Can you still hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you. Okay, and maybe we'll have to do it that way.
Well,
until you can come. Yeah, your signal is real weak.
Connecting issues.
Yeah, I see that. It's the little bars. Got 2 bars, so I guess you could call and use your phone. That's another thing that we could do. We could
try that.
We could. I don't know why this dropped out. All of a sudden, your internet just dropped out. You could try it off your phone.
Hey, you want me to do that? I will.
Yeah, go ahead. Why don't we try it? Well, I can hear you now, but I don't know if it'll stay. Okay. Anyway, I'd like to thank everyone for their questions and thank everyone who has been kind enough to make a donation. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I haven't done it this way before, so we'll see how that works. I don't know. Google always seems to have an excuse not to let me get any finances. I swear they do that on purpose. Just like they're
So you,
trying. Pardon?
oh,
Okay. Uh-oh, I can hear you a little bit. You got 2 bars only. Wow. Okay.
financial system. Thank you. Somebody wants that chat, that thing back in the
Also, see,
chat.
yeah, I guess we can hear you. We can go back to the questions. I hope. I hate it when this happens, especially when you're doing it live. No notification. Huh. Okay. Yeah, they're I get shadow banned. They don't
Ka-ching, ka-ching. I heard that.
yeah, that was my phone.
Hey, Gail, did you know that Paul's in here?
Oh, no, I didn't.
He's there.
There he is. He's down there. Okay. Hi, Paul. Wait a minute.
She never looks for me. She never looks for me down in the corner.
Well, you're way down at the bottom of the screen. I didn't even see you. I had to move everything up.
Yeah, I'm always way down at the bottom of something.
Okay, well, we're having a few issues with some of this audio. I don't know. I had audio troubles once before. So anyway.
Yeah, okay. I've had to crap can, for lack of a better word, 3 shows just because the audio was horrible. I had no idea. Nobody told me the audio was horrible. I went back and reviewed one of the programs, and it's just ugly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Drake, how you doing?
I see one here.
Oh, he's still cutting out.
Who? I am.
Yeah.
Gail,
if you would let me
Okay.
share my screen, me try and bring him in on Skype, see if we can do that, just so we can get the questions taken care of.
I don't know how to bring it over.
Well, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share my screen. Now, hang with us, folks. We might have a little bit of an echo here until I can get stuff straightened out. Okay, bring my shared screen into this show, and then I will call Drake on Skype. And
a bunch of people have said hi, Paul.
Oh, hi, bunch of people. I'm trying to get this done so we can do this. Let's see. Okay.
Is that Drake's number?
Yeah, that's me calling Drake. Go ahead and bring my shared screen in now. Look down in the lower left. Down at backstage.
Yeah, okay. So how do I do that? I don't know how to do that. Let's see. Maximize.
Well, just hover over and it'll say bring on the show. Add to studio, add to program.
It says
See
edit
that
name.
shared window?
Yes, it doesn't say any of that. I don't know why. Oh, brother. Let me see.
Let's see. You're looking to your right, lower right. Oh, okay. Now.
Uh-oh, now
okay, there we are. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Drake, say something. Hang on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Now let me make sure that the Skype audio is up. Oh, for crying out loud.
Sorry, people.
Let's see. Well, we're trying. Let's see. Call him.
Don have a sweet voice. And you do. Okay.
Okay, that's not going to work. So, hang on. We got one more thing to try. His connection isn't good enough to even support a Skype call. No wonder you've been having trouble. So I'll bring him in on the phone.
Thank you, Denise. Okay. We're trying to get Drake.
There's more than one way to skin a cat. How you doing, Drake?
Hold on a minute. I'm doing a show.
I
gotta go.
No, we are the show. That's why I'm calling you.
Well, they're trying to get me to call. They're trying to call me into the show, so I need to disconnect.
Drake, this is Paul.
Jeez.
You're in the show.
Now turn the sound off on the computer. Now, where are we at here? I got an echoey thing in one ear and a telephone echoing in the other.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is going to work. Jeez.
I'm going to start drinking if it keeps up.
Oh, okay. Let me, wait a minute. Let me, oh, it's not gonna let me share the show audio to you. So I'm gonna have to use my microphone so you can hear the show. Okay, because I called your phone, it's not letting me share the audio. So
what do I do? Turn this off?
Nope. Okay. Say something, Gail.
Something, Gail.
Can you hear Drake?
Nope.
Oh wow! Here we go. Well, we might end it.
Drake, did you hang up when I called you on Skype?
No, not that I know of. Why?
Oh, okay. Well, because I called you on Skype and you dropped out. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, I'm gonna try and call you on Skype one more time, and if it doesn't work, then I think we killed all the possible options. So let me call you back using Skype to Skype, so I can
hang this phone up.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Good grief. Oh, wow. All right. So now I'll call him.
While we're doing that, let me give a quick shout out. Thank you to Derek Bishop, Connect, Mega Wolf, Anna D, Michael Sullivan, and Ricardo, and Donato. Is that right? 2012. Thank you, everyone. I hear beep.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of that right now. No, there was no answer.
Well, we went almost an hour. I guess we could sort it out.
Yeah. Okay. Let me.
I don't know what.
All right. Let me stop. There we go. That'll stop the audio screwing up. So, all right. Well, we tried.
Help. Thank you for trying to help, Paul.
Well,
those can't be fixed sometimes.
I don't know. We're going to have to do something about this this internet connectivity thing because it was giving us trouble on Out of the Abyss. It was messing with us on the last Think Tank show. You had a problem with the last Drake show you did. We're having a problem with this show. We've got to figure something out here. At this point, I'm thinking carrier pigeon would probably be more entertaining a program.
Okay. I think, yeah, somebody says, I think, yes. Yeah, I'm not using my mic right now because I'm having problems with my mic. And I will be getting a new one here as soon as I can't decide what one to get. And when I can. Actually, I had somebody help me with that. So but I haven't done it yet. So that's another thing. Anyway, I just saw Drake for 1 minute.
Is he trying to pop back in?
I think he is. Are you there, Drake?
There?
Can you hear us? Hi, Drake. Can we hear you?
Drake, you look fabulous, but I don't think you have the bandwidth to be able to support video too. You might have to black out.
Enough done.
Well, that sounded better. There we go. Okay. Great hat, Gail.
Oh, thank you. Goes back to some Greek heritage somewhere.
It looks like you're ready to go fishing.
And it's a Greek fishing hat, but
there you go. All right.
Well, Drake should try headphones. Is he there? I mean, I see he's in the. He's there, but I don't hear him saying it. But he's got one little dot. I don't know. I'm thinking that maybe.
Can you go into settings and turn audio avatars on? Then that way at least there'll be a placeholder for him on the screen.
You mean the show?
Yeah, show avatars.
It doesn't say that. It says show graphics and captions. Show non-video participants.
There you go. That one. Turn that on.
Okay.
Okay.
What's that got to do with anything?
All right. So now it's just. Now you've got me highlighted. You've got me in spotlight mode.
Oops, I'll take you out. Okay. There, now Drake's.
Is that me?
That's you, and I can hear you too. Now we go. Well, you're back now. Just when we were ready to give it up. Okay. Let me see. I have a couple of questions that were sent by email.
This is fun.
Let me see. Okay, question for Drake. What is the latest you've heard from ET regarding ET disclosure in terms of the timing of it? Did you hear me, Drake? Oh, man. Oh, now he's got a full.
There, I'm back now.
Are you there, Drake?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did you hear my
Yeah.
question or not? Did you hear the question? The question, can you hear me, Drake?
Yeah, it was something that I'm not supposed to talk. It was something I'm not supposed to talk about according to ET.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. They don't want anybody to know when they're. All right, here's another one then. If the transition, will it reverse the procedure of a woman that has had her tubes tied?
It depends on the situation and how deep it goes, and how far it goes, as to whether or not.
Okay. The next question was, I think we talked about some of these before, but oh well. Okay. If the transition will eliminate obesity, wrinkles, signs of aging, sexual dysfunction, skin tags, and will it turn gray and white hairs back to its natural color? And with that, then yes. Okay, go ahead.
Sometimes maybe.
Yeah, that's just, would that bother those with bleach blonde? No, I didn't. I can't quite. You broke up.
Well,
it broke up. No, your signal is just way too weak.
Well, what
That's why Paul was going
do we
to call you.
need to do?
Anyway, I don't know why. Well, I think, Drake, can you hear me at all? Drake, can you hear me? Okay, well, I don't want to continue and waste people's time. And I thank you for your patience. And I'm sorry we're having these audio issues. Sometimes we just can't fix things. Let me see if I can bring Paul wants to come back on for a minute.
Okay. Am I here now?
Yes, you are. And I can hear you. And then the other thing was my newsletter. I could probably, maybe somebody could put it in the chat here. That would be really good. The chat.
Getnews.gailofgaia.com.
Yes. Well, I think that's the thing that you fill out. That's the one that you fill out. We just sent out a new one with Drake shows on, a lot of Drake shows. So anything that anybody missed. So anyway, that's where that is. Please get the email.
Well, if they had signed up for the newsletter, they would have the list. They'd have the newsletter you just sent out. And if they have not signed up for it yet, that's a great thing to do. Just go to getnews.gailofgaia.com. It's real easy. It's free. And you will love it. Trust me.
Thank you, Paul. And Drake just sent me a message, said he's going. His internet connection is horrible. It's like one teeny tiny little red bar. So we've been trying to make this work, but it's just not working. And I want to thank Paul for stepping in and trying to help, as you usually do.
Yeah, but I failed.
Well, it's not your fault, though. They said tell Drake to reboot his router and come back in. I think Drake is done. He's frustrated. He's not going to come back. So anyway,
this can be frustrating. I made a phone call today. I was finally successful in downgrading my cable service. I dropped out my TV, gave back 2 converters. I gave back all the remote controls, all the cables, all the connectors. My cable bill went from $149 down to $20. And now maybe I won't have too much month left at the end of the money. So I'm in an exceedingly good mood and thankful that my internet's working. So
wow.
I just thought I'd share that. Now I have no more TV, but what the hell? You do what you can with what you got. So
All right.
Thanks.
Well, thank you, everyone. And thank you, Paul. And thank you, Christine, for what you do in the background. We appreciate you too. And I guess we'll have to see you next week. We did what we could. If anything really breaking happens, we'll have a special show. So thank you.
Well,
And
just
you might want to mention your show. Don't you have a show tomorrow, Paul?
a show tomorrow. What day is today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yes, I normally do have a show on Thursdays with Dean Chambers. It's Out of the Abyss with Paul and Dean, but we've been having difficulty with audio and things like that. I don't know if that show is going to shake out. I might have to record it and then post produce and then stream it like maybe on Friday. So if there is one tomorrow, then the archive will be available. So and thank you for that. I appreciate the plug.
Yeah, thank you for Francine, and thank you, Joe Blow, and everyone else. Thank you. We really appreciate your being here and putting up with what we have to put up with as well. And it wouldn't happen if we had anything to say about it, but it happens. So anyway, I love you all very much. Thank you so much for being here, for listening, and being in, I think I might even call it Gail's Gathering. How's that? All right. So thank you.
Sounds like fun. It's so good we've had this time together.
Yeah, really. So, okay, I am going to end the show, and thank you, everyone, and we will see you next week or sooner if anything warrants it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll stand. We'll stand. We will stand. Standing tall.